G'day, more beer than Barrow back. This time we're about 30 kilometres north of Katherine in the NT. It's a stinking hot day today, about 40 degrees and quite humid as well. And we're in the 105, second trip. We're on our way home actually, so this is one of the stop-offs on the way home. And we have seen other people on YouTube making videos about a place called Flat Rocks, which is on the Fergusson River, I think. Not very far from Katherine anyway. So we found the start of the tracks. There's a southern track and there's a northern track. We'll probably have a look at both of them today, and still not sure whether we'll camp or not because it's pretty hot today. So anyway, we'll get moving. Crocodile Dundee moment. Someone went down to check this crossing out, and there's bloody great buffalo. There he is. Got him?
He looks like he's ready to charge.
I hope he doesn't. Off he goes. Yeah, he's not happy to see us, that's for sure. Hey mate. He might actually charge us.
Yeah,
Alright, yeah, we better move on. We'll be on our way, sorry mate. He looks angry, doesn't he? But situations like that where you've got that big rut on either side and elevated ground in the middle, that's one advantage of the 3-inch suspension lift that we have. There's lots of disadvantages, way more disadvantages, but there's one advantage, so that's good. Well, this is Flat Rocks Billabong on the Fergusson River, and a short, fairly easy in the dry season anyway, four-wheel drive track down to the billabong, but it is absolutely spectacular. And we know there's fish in the river because you can see them splashing around. Emma's quite rightly pointed out that we're going to have to think about croc safety here because we don't know for sure there aren't saltwater crocs in the water. And we don't have our rooftop tent. So I would love to camp right here, but we're probably a little bit too close unless we sleep in the back of the car. Well, that might not be, well, it might be too hot for that. Not sure yet. I'll have to have a think, but gee, this spot is beautiful. Say it all the time, we say it too often, but what a magical spot. And we have set up camp right next to the Fergusson River, Flat Rock Flat Rocks Billabong, and it looks like it's a popular campsite. We can see campfires and evidence of lots of people camping here in the past. You can see why it's called Flat Rocks, and there's the vehicle, and we've set tent up, so sleeping right up there on the hill as far away from the water as we can. So that's for croc safety. I don't think there are saltwater crocs in here. We're 500 kilometres inland, particularly late in the dry season. Maybe in the wet season you might get one or two washed upstream, but we're going to be croc safe just in case. So we're sleeping way back and up the hill. There's our tent right up the hill, a good 60 or 70 metres back from the water. There's the rest of our campsite, and you can see the river behind the campsite. So we're being ultra croc safe because we don't know this area. And just getting the last few rays of the afternoon sun to charge the battery system. The fridge is working pretty hard today because it's been 40 odd degrees during the day. I think it's starting to cool down now. But there's the fridge, and it is busting a gut at the moment, working very hard. So luckily the solar panel is doing its job. And the other good thing about this campsite I've noticed is in the late afternoon, that sun is going to go down behind those trees, meaning we're going to have a nice shady end of the afternoon / early evening, which is what you want when you go camping. We'll get a little bit of morning shade as well, but so far this spot is absolutely sensational. It's up there again, I say that all the time, but it's up there with some of my favourite spots. And I guess the only thing we need to check out now is the insect situation. So we don't know whether we're going to get smashed by mozzies or not yet. And the other thing is it's an overnight minimum of 25 degrees, so that's pretty hot. Hopefully our open air mozzie dome lets enough air in for us to keep cool. We'll find out. Oh man, that's nice. Coming in? Oh. I think I did break the clothes. I did break the clothes. Here's my ingenious fishing rod holder with alarm system. So I've got a tin of an old baked beans tin that I found on the tip of the rod, and the line's connected to a live bait out in the river. And I've propped it against this tree and blocked the rest of the rod with a rock. So my theory is, if something big takes the live bait, it'll pull the line, which will knock the baked bean tin can off the end of the rod, which will make a big noise, and we will be sitting back here at camp, and we'll know about it, and we'll be able to run down and haul in the fish. That's my theory anyway. Kimberley, Pilbara, Northern Territory, doesn't matter where I go, this is what I always bloody catch, a bloody catfish. Took a live bait. He took a live stripey. Got all excited, thought we were onto something. Our first end, like NT trip, decent catch. Nah, the bane of my life, these things. And that's what we talk about when we say that it's awesome at the campsite watching the colours change from afternoon to evening to dusk. Because just look at those colours compared to what they were just 30, 40 minutes ago. Unrecognisable, but spectacular. Pink sky reflecting on the Fergusson River. That's a sooty gunner. It's not the best one I've ever caught, but we caught him on a small hook with just a little bit of pita bread wrap. So he went for that, which goes to show they're not fussy, the old sooties. They'll take anything. He's too small to keep, so we'll put him back in. It would be nice if we could get a decent sooty because we've only got spam for dinner otherwise. I forgot to go to the shops. Well, we didn't catch any more sooties, so spam burgers it is. I think they're just about done, eh? Yeah?
Yeah, come on.
Dang difficult. No?
Moths and things going in my face.
Oh, because you got the... Oh, one more bit of chunk. Good to go. Trusty hot plate. Morning. My favourite part of camping anywhere is the early morning because the temperatures are nice and cool and the birds are singing. The light makes an amazing colour on everything it touches, and it's just the time of day where there's the most life. So I'm just enjoying a coffee now and taking in this wonderful view. I told you about the freshwater croc that I stumbled across last night. In terms of camping, I'll have a bet that that's our last one for the year. When we went to bed last night, it was still, so there was no breeze. It was clear, but it was still really sort of hot and muggy, or warm I should say, not hot. So it was hard to drift off to sleep. Obviously, as the night went on, the temperature went down. And this morning, I actually pulled the sheet over myself. So it must have got down to 24, 23 overnight. But just getting to bed, that was tricky. And it felt warm and it felt muggy going to bed. So I think we're probably done for this season, for this camping season. But I'm glad we got one last trip into this spot because it's an excellent spot. I love it. Again, it's somewhere I'll come back to. And it's just another one of those special places that I'll remember and lock away in my mind for a long time. Last night there was a big freshwater crocodile sitting right here on the bank. I came down for a walk with a torch and came across him. And before I could get any photo, he bolted into the water and made a huge splash. He would have been about 1.5 meters for a little river like that, like this, sorry. He's quite big, so this must be his territory. But I can't find him this morning. So as we said yesterday, I don't know about saltwater crocodiles, but there's definitely freshwater crocodiles in here. Well, just finishing up packing up, and sadly it's time to leave this amazing spot. But we've had an awesome night over here, albeit a very warm one. And now we know it, we'll be coming back to it. And it's definitely up there with our favourites. See you soon. Flat Rocks, Katherine, on the Fergusson River. What a stunner.